Sharper Point commentary.
You know, I was doing a little scrolling over the weekend, and I came across a little piece of my childhood. I'm talking about something that happened at, oh my goodness, I think I completely lost my entire commentary. It disappeared off the face of the planet here.
Well, do you remember the Beach Boys?
Yeah. There's that song. That's the song that I was talking about. That song, this one was about...
Bomb, bomb, I ran. Bomb, 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 I ran.
And how this remake of a 60s classic in 1980 by Vince Valiant and I don't even know what his name was, is appropriate for us to play now than ever before. But is it appropriate that we actually bombed Iran? Well, since we didn't do what they mentioned in this song.
Old Uncle Sam's getting pretty hot. Time to turn Iran into a parking lot. Bomb Iran.
We didn't turn them into a parking lot. It does seem appropriate that we should hit their nuclear facilities, since they are, and they have said many times, our stated enemies. But sorting through all of that is a little hard. And it's a little hard for a group of, what do they say politics makes for? Strange bedmates. Some Democrats who are dead set against the idea of going after Iran, and some Trump supporters who might actually be dead set against going after Iran. But first, let's take a look at what this is, because it truly is
a massive military achievement to execute this operation.
Yes, our men and women of the U.S. military actually hammering Iran in Operation Midnight Hammer from across the seas, as Chris Spaccia from ABC News explained to us this morning from the Pentagon.
Well, 6 B-2 bombers flew westward toward Guam. 7 went eastward toward Iran, and they began what would be an almost 30-hour flight.
Almost 30-hour flight, which, by the way, ended up being that flight that was the longest ever for the B-2. And, of course, they used them as decoys in some cases. Mark Kelly, U.S. Senator from Arizona, not one of the fans of striking Iran.
There was no clear, present, immediate danger to us and our troops, and even to Israel with regards to the nuclear capability.
And he rightly makes the point that, gosh darn it, this could put our American servicemen and women in the Middle East in harm's way. And there's also talk that it could put Americans here in our own homeland in harm's way if Iran decides to hit us back on our home turf. As to those who would consider themselves Trump supporters, saying, boy, I don't support him on this one, this is the thinking behind them. It was a campaign promise that he would not drag us into other wars.
On Saturday night in his remarks, he said, Iran now must choose peace. And if they don't, future attacks will be far greater and a lot easier. He said the U.S. would go after targets with precision, speed, and skill. What's that going to look like is not clear.
Now, that is just to take out their nuclear facilities, right? But if there is a decision to go after regime change, like completely changing out leadership in Iran, that's a whole other ballgame. And that looks a lot more like what happened in Iraq for us. But in the meantime, if people who call you the Great Satan are trying to fit a nuclear warhead on top of a missile, which they have plenty of, by the way, I think it's absolutely 100% appropriate to
Bomb, 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 Iran. Bomb, bomb, bomb.
But I'm still not a fan of the song, right?
Thanks for watching Arizona's Morning News. Click to watch more from KTAR News and hit the button in the middle to subscribe.